Hello everyone and welcome. Well, what is the topic of now, of this video? The victim and the butcher. The victim and the butcher. Two opposites which are typical of human nature. The victim and the butcher. Well, these are two opposites that mainly have a huge role in society, unfortunately, because there are many people who play the roles of victims. And let's start with this part, okay? It is, let's say, the typical coping mechanism of playing the role of victim that occurs through non-acceptance of certain experiences and aspects of your life regarding the past. That then puts you in a constant loop of victimizing yourself. And this means justifying, let's say, the undesired experiences and trauma of your past in many aspects of your life, of what you have been living, okay, from your childhood, through the moments when you were a youth and things didn't go up to your expectations when you were a youth, and this has created maybe many certain issues regarding how you relate to yourself, okay, complexity issues, for an example, until your adult life. You see, when we are children, we are innocent, okay? And life, of course, is a child play. This is how we put it, okay? This is how many adults see the lives of children, as a child play. But they don't understand what's going on in the underlying levels of the subconscious, which isn't really a child play, but it is the subconscious elaborating certain moments of childhood. Things that can effectively be traumatical, that then accompanies the child through the stage of their life when they become a youth, that then leaves very profound scars on subconscious level in the life of an adult. Okay? So, what does this mean? Well, when we observe children, okay, we take things lightly. And when we are living our lives as a child, we have a certain perspective of life, okay? And yes, we go through trauma, but at the same time, we don't understand the importance of what trauma is causing on us as well, okay? Like, for example, you're a child, and you're going to kindergarten, and you're going to a kindergarten where there are racial issues, for an example, okay? You're a child of diverse ethnicity, and now you've got another bunch of other children who have another ethnical, let's say, aspect to them, and they have been raised in a certain family situation where they are convinced that diversity means being ugly, for an example, okay? So now you're a brown-colored child, you have an ethnical aspect to yourself, and you're in kindergarten, and there is a group of other children with another type of ethnical aspect to themselves, and they are pinpointing you as being an ugly child, as being ugly because you're brown, for example, okay? Of course, when you're a child, you don't care the difference between being beautiful or ugly. What matters for you is playing, okay? Playing with your toys, enjoying your games, of course. But you don't care whether you're ugly or whether you're beautiful, okay? This doesn't really affect you yet. But the subconscious mind is elaborating. And then, when you reach the stage where you are a youth and you're starting to face the certain facts in the life of your youth, throughout your youth, where you have to have a certain aspect, okay, because that's how society goes, okay? You're judged and you're accepted by your aspect, of course, okay? But since your childhood, You have been pinpointed as being ugly because you're brown skinned, for example, okay? Now, this is creating a certain crisis in your youth because now the subconscious mind has elaborated it, and now what character is coming out when you're a youth, okay? Well, yeah, wow, now you're very timid. You don't have that necessary self-confidence within yourself to speak out your truth, to express who you truly are. You have a lack of self-belief, and you're starting to not accept yourself for who you are because now you feel ugly, for an example, okay? And there's low self-esteem that kicks in. And now you're starting to become a victim of society. Yes. But then on the long run, while you're going through the stage of your youth, being a victim of society, you are timid, you are closing yourself, okay, towards society. You don't even have the courage to open yourself up, to express yourself, to make yourself noticed because you have low self-esteem, for an example, and now a timid persona has come out, but inside there is a very profound pain going on, okay? You feel bad with yourself and you feel bad with life. You don't feel accepted by society, and there's that low self-esteem going on, and you're hoping that things may change, a miracle may occur, but you don't have the know-how or the instruments to work on yourself because even your parents maybe don't realize all these mechanisms, okay? Maybe not all are psychologists or holistic practitioners. And then you grow up as an adult and you start developing fatal flaws within your character that then determines the outcomes of how you face people on social level, okay? And if this isn't resolved, of course, the outcome can be very destructive for yourself and for other people who surround you, because now, as an adult, being ashamed of your past and being in a state of non-acceptance of your past through shame, because you are shameful towards your wounds and towards your scars, okay? You don't have the courage to face them. You don't admit the past that you have lived. You're feeling shameful towards that past. You are in a state of non-acceptance, which means, let's say, non-acceptance of yourself as an adult mainly, okay? But how does it develop, okay? From the part of the victim growing into your adult stage, you start to become the butcher. And this is the worst thing, the worst phase, okay? The worst phase. And there are many levels of being a butcher, okay? The least is being a narcissist. And then, of course, there's the level of the sociopath, which is, yes, that's dangerous indeed, isn't it? But then, beyond the sociopath, there is really that really dark area, that darkness within, which is the psychopath, okay? And these are your three demons. The lesser one, which is the narcissist, that can be resolved. The sociopath, that is a tough demon. And then the psychopath, of course, okay? Yes. Anyway, the butcher, the three levels of the butcher. And of course, the most common, fortunately, is the narcissist. And then the sociopath, of course, okay? But you know, when you are living on this level, yes, you're not only being a victim to yourself, okay? Because now you are justifying your past constantly. You are in constant negation. You are resisting towards your past. And in this constant justification, of course, the ego is very strong, okay, in this, of course. And you know, there's this sense of pride, of course, okay? And many people are stuck in the narcissist, okay, phase, okay, where for them it's very important to appear, and of course, losing their reputation is really a huge deal, okay? Appearing and doing things for people to appear. And of course, always in the constant search of acknowledgement from external factors, from people, from society, to feel good, of course, okay? And then there is the sociopath that, yes, wow, okay? This is the more damaging part, okay, and you start to become dangerous and you really harm people, okay, you have the potential on harming people, not only psychologically, but even physically. Because as a narcissist, you are manipulative, okay, but then on the level of the social path, beyond being manipulative and highly psychologically toxic towards other people, you can even damage their lives as well, okay? Damage their lives, damage their career, damage their health, for an example, okay? This can also happen with the narcissist as well in an extreme level, where the narcissist is about to become a sociopath. And then, of course, yes, let's forget about all the rest, okay? The psychopath is a really, really, really tremendous case, which is very difficult to change because there are also people who are born this way, okay? So this is a totally different case. But all I can say is that if we want to truly change, if we really want to become the better versions of ourselves, we should stop making excuses on our past. We should courageously face our past and accept that our past has been the way it is, and it has made us the way we are now, okay? And for the way we are now, there are certain aspects of ourselves that we don't like. So we should stop justifying ourselves on those aspects and courageously embrace those aspects. Acceptance is a very important thing. And from there, we have that introspective vision of knowing what to do to change these things, to change these destructive aspects, to change the demon, and to make it become a constructive force, to transform it into the better version of ourselves. Walk through this process, evolve on these grounds to become a better version of ourselves, because we can't change the past. It's done. We can only accept it, and through there, we face it. We don't feel ashamed anymore. We are not justifying ourselves anymore, and we learn to walk through, let's say, the shadow of our past. We learn to walk through this demon and to outgrow from this demon and to become a better version of ourselves. And this is the key of inner growth and evolution as well, okay? This is what I wanted to share, okay? And what does this mean? That we are the solution to ourselves. It's not a question of receiving therapy from another person or shamanic treatment from another person. This is something that helps you to step into the awareness of what I am saying, that once you are aware of what I am saying, once you understand this concept, yes, then you become the change to yourself. You become the healer to yourself, because this is where the power lays, okay? Lays, well, sometimes I make mistakes. This is where the power lays, within ourselves. We are the change to ourselves, okay? And this is when we master our destiny, becoming the change to ourselves, becoming the miracle maker to ourselves, once we understand this concept. Okay. Anyway, before finishing the video, I would like to give you you guys a treat, with a little shamanic sound healing, okay? To detoxify ourselves from stress, from tension, and from the negativities that we've been accumulating in these days, okay? So are you ready? Very good. I'm going to put the chair aside. Many blessings to all of you and family, and stay safe.